Hi there! Welcome to another episode of Get Gardening. In today's episode I'm going to teach you a method that I discovered or figured out on my own, how to propagate Nepeta or catmint. And this method I've used for all different kinds of catmint, the regular Six Hills Giant, dwarf kinds, the purple flowering ones, and the one I'm going to show it to you on today is the white version that you can see right here over on the right. This is one of my favorite kinds of catmint. It's just so light and airy, and I'm going to show you how to propagate this plant super easily. There's nothing better about gardening than when you find a plant that you absolutely love, if you can figure out how to propagate it or make more of it for free. And that's something that I try to do all the time. And this is a plant that I've divided the regular way, just in spring, dug the whole thing up, tried to break it into pieces, and they do take, but they don't take super easily, and they seem to cause more damage than good. And this is just a method that I use. I strike cuttings and it's super easy, and if you haven't learned about this way, then this is something I highly recommend experimenting with different kinds of plants. But Nepeta or catmint I just find is so successful this way that I would never propagate it any other way. So this plant here, I would recommend doing this in early spring, but you could do it around this time of the year in summer and then plant the plants out by autumn. This plant was the one plant that I had from last year that I was so determined to make more of it, and it came to the new house and I took some cuttings, and I'll show you what the cuttings look like right now. One of them I just stuck in the ground and it has taken, you can see it over here, it's blooming. And if you do this in early spring, the method I'm going to show you, could probably just stick it in the ground, make sure it's well watered, and it should take. I also put this into pots, and I find that that's a really good way to do it as well, because you can kind of monitor them a little bit better. So like I said, this is so easy. If you don't know how to do this, or I highly recommend at least trying it. So you come into the plant, and I like to take it in early spring when it's not blooming, but you could do it now when it is blooming as well. You're just going to lose the flowers. You go ahead and you take some sharp scissors and you cut inside a good semi-ripe cutting. So something that looks like this. It should have some leaves on it. If there's flowers, I go ahead and I'd cut that off because those are going to die anyways. And then what I do is the portion that's going to be below the soil level, I remove the leaves. So I'm going to remove those leaves, and then I place it in just some ordinary soil around the edge. Keep this well watered, and within weeks this plant will have rooted, and in a few weeks time, by autumn, this will be a great new plant that I can plant anywhere in my garden. I'll show you one that I did in spring is right here. Let me zoom out for you. Oop, I am zoomed out. This plant I took, just like I showed you, one cutting from, and let's see how the root system is. The roots are out. Nice, healthy root system. This plant is perfect to plant. I'm going to move it to my front garden because there I have a lot of pink and white, and this will look so beautiful there. Like I said, this is such an easy way of making cuttings for free, and catmint is such an easy plant to take cuttings from. So I hope if this is something that helped you, if you learned from it, give it a try and experiment with other plants and see if this method works for other plants as well. I hope you guys like and subscribe and are able to get out there and get gardening. Thanks so much.